Incoming transmission. Behold the first comic review of quality, one that acknowledges my superiority over Starscream. Continue forth and witness my ascension to Decepticon leadership. I leave it to you, the listeners. Now prepare your audio receivers.
Welcome back to the show. Today we are diving into the Skybound comics. I'm Onyx, and with me are my pals, my good time friends, my homies, my boys.
Hi, I'm Killobyte.
And I'm Clickbait.
Moving on with our comic discussion for today's episode takes us to Transformers Volume 2, Transport to Oblivion. Ooh, wonder what's in store.
Ooh.
And as always, spoiler warning. So if you haven't read it already, we'd recommend you go back, read the comics, then come listen to the podcast. With that, Clickbait, would you mind giving us the facts? And Kilbyte, can you give us some fun trivia and summaries?
Absolutely. For our fast facts for today, the number of comics we're reviewing today is 6. Issue 7 was released April 10th of 2024, with the final issue in this volume releasing September 11th of 2024. Our writer for the series is Daniel Warren Johnson, and our artist is Jorge Corona, with colors by Mike Spicer.
Time for some trivia. Issue 8, in a confirmed fan mail section, Frenzy, the red one during the series, perished during the dam battle back in issue 5. Oh no!
The damn battle.
Damn.
The dam.
What a
The
battle.
thing that was keeping the water on the other side of the
Damn.
lake.
Damn.
For issue 9, just when you thought these were dark and edgy comics, in the original script, writer Daniel Warren Johnson originally wanted Astrotrain to threaten a ward of babies at the hospital when he was on the hunt for Spike Witwicky. For obvious reasons, Skybound vetoed this idea.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see why.
Dang.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Gee,
Yeah.
Astro Train, calm down.
yeah.
Yeah. He feels like,
Really?
I eat crayons and don't have a lot of up there. So
He feels like, in that human game, Lizards in Houses or something that they play? Where they've got one that's super murderous for no apparent reason? That sounds like Astro in this volume.
I think I follow you.
I wish I understood what you meant, Clickbait, but I feel like I'm falling for it again. I'm just gonna have to hit the X at the
Lizards
top
in jails? Jails and lizards? Lizards with wings.
Nope. In
Feel like
issue
a tank.
11, Soundwave informed Shockwave that the portal to Cybertron has been repaired. However, in the issue prior, Shockwave told Soundwave that the very same thing, perhaps Soundwave's brain module, isn't what it used to be.
Maybe
Or
it
the
was
writers just made a hiccup.
They could have made a hiccup, or he's just in shock.
Yeah. He is trying to fix Ravage, and Shockwave's
Oh,
not
he
letting
was
him.
so upset about that. That was so
Yeah.
cute. Even though
It
he's
still
kind of
hasn't
a
happened.
crazy murderous guy. It was so cute.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, time for some summaries. While the Autobots continue to struggle to heal their fellow bots, the Decepticons decide to rumble for control and ravage each other in combat.
Wow.
I see what you did
Meanwhile-
there.
Wow.
Thank you.
Laser
Thank
beak
you.
focused on you, sir.
Oh my Primus, someone get me out of here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Buzzsaw
Alita-
out of here.
Meanwhile, Alita is on a mission
that's
to
it, I'm
save a
out.
friend who has been imprisoned by Shockwave for many years. Who could
Who
that
could it
be?
be?
Dun, dun, dun. And as always, this information has been taken from the wiki. And a special shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. You're all amazing. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
You are amazing. Are we ready to dive in?
I'm ready. I have my floaties.
Let's do it.
You have a floaties?
Wow.
Right on.
Push him into the deep end. Let's go.
How did you inflate those? Never mind. We'd start off on Cybertron with the Alita 1 taking the Autobots on the retreat. Not all of them make it out. R.I.P. Huffer, Warpath, and Cup to rescue an old friend.
Yeah, we're
Very
just
Autobot of them.
we're losing everybody left to right.
Yeah, we lost 3 to get 1. I don't know about that exchange.
Yeah, and the one that we got is not fully there, you know?
Yeah. This is issue 7, and they've probably killed like 20 characters in like on the page so far.
Mhm.
I do like it's not like one-sided. Like we also have some losses on the Decepticons, but we still have more Decepticons than Autobots. So I hopefully that
absolutely.
gets a
The
little
pressure is
balanced
on.
out. Yeah.
Back on Earth, the Decepticons have a change in leadership. Soundwave challenges Starscream, and well, there's a reason he's superior. Any favorite scenes?
I thought it was interesting how, based on how this interaction went, that the cover of this issue is Starscream doing what looks like ripping Soundwave to shreds. Though upon further reflection, I think it might be poor Ravage that he's done this to. But it looks like he's holding more of like a tape player in his hands as he's like ripping all of the, what do you call it? The tape out of it? Like the tape that's in a
the
little
cassette tape.
Yeah, but the actual like film that's in it. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. The ribbon. But as he's pulling that out, and so I was a little bit worried when I opened this because of the cover, and then turns out it's the other way around, and Soundwave kind of beats Starscream into a pulp. So that was.
Do you think it was
very
clickbait for the audience?
Onyx, why? Why?
It's right there. It's right there. I
It's
have to
right
pick it up.
there.
It's right there. Yeah. Don't leave it on the ground.
I like the fight. Like it was fun, but I also felt like Starscream lost too quickly. I know he doesn't tend to
This is really
win
good.
a lot of his fights, but those
Mhm.
fights are usually against Megatron, which I can definitely see more of a powerhouse than Soundwave. So I was like, wow, that was kind of quick. Kind of gruesome at the end too, because Soundwave just
Very much.
rips pieces of Starscream out, and he's like, "We'll need this for Ravage." I'm like, okay,
Hey,
moving on.
he is a dad who takes care of his children. Except for
Yes.
Frenzy. Except for Frenzy, because it's too late for him.
Loves his son so much. It's so adorable. See, I didn't say cute that time.
We'll get there. Flipping sides to the Autobots, I thought it was very important detail to include RC hanging out with Carly and bonding over learning how to fight back. To that extent, the effects of Sparky being inside the Matrix having an effect on Optimus, where he's getting
Yeah, that
flashbacks
was-
of holding Spike as a child, like he's getting Sparky's memories mixed in with his own.
Yeah, that was really interesting. It took me until the second flashback to realize that was what they were doing. And I was like, whoa, what if these are Sparky's memories that Optimus is seeing? I don't know what it means. I feel like they're definitely trying to do something
His dad's
with it.
always there, watching over
Okay,
him
but it's not
through
his dad.
Optimus.
Oh my god. But yeah, so that was interesting. I liked the dynamic between Carly and RC, but Carly needs to chill and realize that she's small human. Just breathe, girl. Do some like counterintelligence or something before you go straight up charging into battle, challenging 20,000 pound, 35 foot tall robots.
Yeah. So you're one of those bots that size definitely matters.
Okay, that's literally not what I'm saying. She needs to learn to be careful before she can be effective and efficient. She needs to learn her strengths and acknowledge her weaknesses.
Kilobyte, you want to weigh in?
Checkmate.
That's what I thought.
Oh my god.
Kilobyte, you see this? Clickbait says she can take you down in a fight because you're little.
That's literally not what I said!
That's literally what she said.
Kilobyte has strengths, and I have strengths,
no
and I have
weaknesses.
weaknesses, and Kilobyte has weaknesses.
I'm the
You have to
perfect
learn
minicon.
to utilize and protect those
You cannot beat me.
equivalently.
I'm in the shadows.
See, he's gone.
Oh.
That's a strength. Boom, he's gone. I can't see him.
Yeah,
Where's he
and
gonna come
this is
from?
why
The
I win.
rafters. Oh no! Kill no! No, please!
Yeah, back to memories. I think those are cool and fun. I think it gives a little bit more weight for like Spike's sacrifice into the Matrix.
Sparky's, yeah.
Sparky's, right? Sorry,
Yes.
Spiky, Spike. They're kind of confusing.
Do you think all human names sound alike, Kilobyte?
Yes.
That's not what he's saying at all.
Whoa! He just agreed to it. He just agreed to it, Onyx. Where does your argument stand now?
You're back,
No,
and
Onyx-
then I didn't.
So yeah, the memories are interesting. I think I want to see more where they go, especially later on when it happens again. I think I think it was Onyx who mentioned it. That theory I think is happening, and we'll talk more about it.
The Matrix is human powered.
No, it was a different theory.
Primus.
Oh, the other theory? All right, got it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
the Matrix
yeah.
sure does seem to be human powered.
Yeah. I also want to point out, because we're flipping back and forth, and that's what this comic does continuously. When Soundwave takes over, he does an attack, and I want to note that Thundercracker is the most gentle seeker I've seen. He does not kill the humans, he lets them live after taking over a battleship. However, Soundwave fixes this error. I just want to note, Thundercracker is keeping his gentleness that we saw from the IDW comics, and I think we've been seeing in the previous comics right before that, where he just doesn't want really to take part in the war. He's just on the side because his buddies are there.
Mm-hmm.
We also see it with other bots too. Like a lot of the Decepticons do want to create just chaos and stuff, but even in the Decepticons, some of them, like Astrotrain, was like has an honor code and be like, I won't hurt you if you give me what I want and this and that. Like he could have still done it, but he decided not to, which is what Thundercracker did too. So I do like seeing that differences to the whole, like not all the Decepticons just want chaos and destruction. Like there's also ones that are like, I like your ideals, but I also have my code, and I think like, if we already took this, why do we need to destroy them and kill more?
Exactly.
Moving us forward, Jetfire is back again, but I might be confused. We last saw him in Void Rivals leaving to go find his friends, where in this comic he acts like they woke him up. Do you think we'll get more on this later, or is it maybe perhaps like a miscommunication error between the two writings?
Didn't we see him in the first volume? I feel like he was in the ship when it crash landed.
No, he was, because remember, Darok and Salila found him because he had crash landed during a space exploration. And then he went to go find his friends because they had mostly put him together.
Yes, but he does get to Earth, so that was like way in the past. He's the one that turns on Teletron 1 in the first volume. And then Teletron 1 revives Starscream, and then Starscream betrays Jetfire and kills him, or like wounds him in the first volume.
Oh, is
that
that would
it?
explain it.
Yeah.
That might,
Okay.
you might be
It's
onto
just been
something,
a while since we read that, and
Yeah.
it happened so quickly.
Yeah. Yes, no, you're correct. That I see that in Onyx's notes.
Correct.
So that would explain it. That would explain why he's suddenly much more wounded. Which, by the way, that scene where they woke him up, I almost started tearing up. Where he's like, "It's so dark.
If you could, right?
I can't see. If I could, I can't see the stars anymore." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then Optimus was like, "Oh, okay. We'll let you wake up and collect yourself." He was like, "No, don't leave me. It's dark." And I was like, "Oh my god." That's so sad.
They're dark comments. I don't know.
They're really dark
how else to
comics.
jump in. They could have been darker, but Skybound feeded it with it. Apparently, we can't be threatening babies now. Yeah, we can't be doing that. We can blend
We can't
other
threaten
animals.
babies.
Speaking of dark, we'll get there. We'll get even darker.
Oh.
Moving us forward, I do like that the Decepticons discovered the Nemesis underwater and have established it as their new base there. But the most unlikely bot was a prisoner on board, Blitzwing. We've talked a little bit about him.
Astrotrain.
You're absolutely right. It is Astrotrain. Astrotrain. But disagreements are set aside, and Soundwave calls Shockwave for reinforcements just as Autobots arrive to investigate. A fight ensues, and I enjoy the scene where Elita 1 comes through the same portal and destroys it as Brawl is halfway through. It splits him in half. We've seen this happen before in the Combiner Wars comics, Kilo.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is he gonna die? But no, he's still alive.
Yeah, his best half is still there.
I was like worried a little because the Combaticons are already on Earth. Or sorry, the Constructicons are already on Earth. And now the Combaticons were joining, and they were like, combine to bring. I'm like, no, we can't have two combiners already. Like, the Autobots don't stand a chance. Like, they barely have any energon. Like, guys, slow down.
Into the ground even further.
Yeah.
Definitely. I thought it was funny how... Not funny. I enjoyed right before when they raised the Nemesis when they're on the aircraft carrier, the human ship. I like what they're doing with Thundercracker. I like how he's kind of the temperance to the Seekers. Skywarp's gone mad, but he's also not super allegiant to the Seekers to the Decepticon cause after what happened to him. And I like how they were showcasing kind of how Thundercracker's leading a little bit more towards, well, we don't have to kill them. Why do we have to kill them? And he did that a couple of times throughout these comics, and I liked that. I'm only hoping he goes and finds a dog soon.
Are you
So he
sure?
can have his
'Cause
buddy.
with how things are going, I don't think that dog is going to survive.
No, you
Yeah,
can't
I
say
don't-
that,
I don't-
Kilobyte.
Well, you're the one that wants a
No!
dog in the
Yeah.
comics.
Well, I don't want the dog to
I
get
don't want another
hurt.
old
I
yeller,
just
guys.
want
This is
his
terrible.
buddy. Thundercracker and Buster, the best
Yeah,
duo.
Well, with the way Ravage and all the minicons are going,
Oh,
I
you're
don't
so
know.
right. Never mind. I don't want him to find the dog anymore.
Yeah, maybe it's best. While the Autobots and Decepticons duke it out, Astrotrain is sent off to kidnap Spike. What are your thoughts with that interaction?
That was crazy because Spike is
Mhm.
at the doctor and they're like, oh, never say never. Giant robots from space are here now, so, you could walk again. And then he shows up and he's like, give me Spike or I'll destroy everybody and kill everybody here. I'm like, no, please. So that was
Kudos to
interesting.
Spike, though, for
Yeah.
giving himself up and being like, well, might as well be useful for something, which is a bleak outlook, but, it seems to have, he's hanging in there so far, and it was fun that then he met another buddy, and they were kind of chilling in nature together, kind of reconnecting, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting, though, because I don't think Beachcomber has met Spike before. So he's like,
No.
are you Spike? And I'm here to rescue him. Like, how did you know he got kidnapped? Because he's also not in contact with any of the Autobots. He gave up the war. So it's like, what? So that was interesting.
Yeah, and it was really interesting to find out that he had the chance to wake up everybody and then didn't.
Yeah, I think that was cool.
I was like, oh, that's an interesting take on this, choosing like absolute pacifism over waking up his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he himself knew the war would bring nothing but trouble to this peaceful planet.
Even
Yeah.
with the best intentions on the Autobots' part.
Mhm.
All they had to do to make the Decepticons be violent was exist.
Yeah.
Which was
It's
crazy.
unfortunate.
Very.
To the next point, the fight ends, leaving Cliffjumper and Jazz behind, and the death of Ratchet, poor Ratchet, and Shockwave plans on harvesting resources from Earth. But that's not all. He plans to bring Cybertron to Earth. Where have we seen
Already?
this plot before?
It
It's just so fast.
So fast.
was really
Also,
fast.
Speaking of dark, this is the next dark thing. The resources he's using from Earth is blended of whale juice.
Oh, not the whale!
Yeah.
Oh.
I was so interested because we had seen that panel where he's underwater. He's like, what are these?
They're so cool.
Organic creatures are fantastic. And then the next panel is like, oh, well, put them in the shredder. I'm like, oh, no, why?
He was so. But on the note of dark, we're going full Dark of the Moon with bringing Cybertron to Earth in order to transmit resources. So I thought that was interesting, an interesting callback to say the least. But we've seen it before. We've seen it end similarly.
This is the second time they've done something the Bay films did.
It is. It is the second time
Huh.
they've done something the Bay films did, which is curious. But also, more murderous Optimus is on par with the Bay films. Also,
True, it's true. Very murderous Optimus, as we'll see, as Optimus uses the Teletrans Skywarp Hybrid. What a sentence to say. To teleport a rescue team to save Cliff and Jazz, but things quickly go south. Ultra Magnus has PTSD and runs away. Carly arrives in her van, but ends up losing Cliffjumper as he is flung into the portal.
and Alita 1 has anger management issues.
Yeah, well, she's feeling betrayed and left behind.
Yeah, but also she's not seeing it from the other's perspective either. Optimus is trying.
She hasn't had time to.
And she's very locked in on how she's feeling. Well, I would argue that she's had lots of time to.
Well,
Not-
she's
not
no,
to-
no,
but she
because she's
hasn't-
been on
no.
Cybertron and she's
Yeah,
just
she
been
hasn't
fighting
seen
and
time.
fighting. She's been in the
Yeah.
trenches. That's what she
Yeah,
said.
that's true. She has
Yeah.
only been on Cybertron and only seen that side of it. And
Correct.
it's hard because I don't think she's understanding how much Optimus carries that weight with him.
Mhm.
They've kind of mentioned it a few times that every day he feels bad and wishes he could have done it differently about how he had to leave Cybertron. And so she's only seeing what it does on her side and not how it affects, the other side of the Autobots.
Mhm. She probably interacted with him for like an hour or two, right? Because this it goes and goes and goes.
Was it? I don't think it was Alita. It was probably RC, I think, right? They were telling Carly that Optimus also carries.
It was RC.
Yeah,
It was
RC,
RC. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, which I liked because it puts you more in touch with. I feel like that interaction sets you up to kind of see what Optimus is trying to do with this, and also pit you against the sheer raw emotion and anger that's coming from Alita for feeling so betrayed. And so it was really fun that they kind of set up that interaction a little bit.
Yeah.
Which makes this next part difficult. Because I really, really enjoyed the one-bot army Optimus was when he jumped into the portal to save Cliffjumper because no man's getting left behind again. Taking on some of the Combaticons and Shockwave, popping his head, which was
That was
brutal.
so cool.
But the most shocking of events, Alita came through the portal on Cybertron
Shocking.
and destroyed it, trapping all three on Cybertron. And now they can use the new Energon Shockwave made to turn the tides. Then what happens, Kilo?
Well, the Energon synthesizer machine is still running because Alita never put the bombs to destroy it. And Optimus just destroys the Energon and goes flying through the stream, falling through orbit, burning up. But he gets saved by the Silver Surfer Beachcomber.
Party on, dude.
I would have liked to see a more lengthy exchange, kind of going through the reason. Because, Optimus chose to destroy the Energon, but it's unclear as to whether the Energon synthesizer was going to continue sapping energy from Earth, or if it had already been more or less disabled, and they just, that was the Energon they had, and it wasn't going to siphon more. So I feel like the motive behind it
I think
is a
the
little bit
cipher
iffy.
was destroyed when Devastator fell on it. The teleporter was still going, though.
So then Optimus's reason for destroying the Energon is a little bit iffy because he's dooming almost his entire people when it's not going to hurt Earth anymore. They're not going to get the Energon back. So I know he chose to protect Earth, but I don't know why he had to destroy the Energon aside from keeping it out of Shockwave's hands, but Shockwave's got his head popped off. He's not a threat right now. So I'm a little bit curious if they're going to explain those motives more.
I wonder if Sparky and his Matrix had an influence, like he wanted to get back to Spike in some capacity.
That might be, but it just feels like a very rushed, it feels like a Bumblebee decision, very impetuous, coming from a good place, but probably a more rash decision than is a good one. But it didn't really feel to, especially after they've set up this contemplative, reflective Optimus who's very compassionate. It felt like a weird choice.
Kilo, you have thoughts?
Yeah, it is an interesting choice. One, because it's already been harvested. It's not like it was going to return to Earth. So I don't know. It's a little. I hope we explore a little bit more of it and see maybe his thoughts or another perspective on it. But one of the things that concerned me in that scene was he's holding Cliffjumper because he saved him, and then Alita blows up the portal, and then he's still holding Cliffjumper. He puts him down. He blows up the Energon. He goes flying, and then we just see him falling through the atmosphere, but we don't see Cliffjumper.
We don't.
Where's
I'm concerned as well.
Guy?
He's doomed to face the same fate in every timeline.
No. Because this would be at hands of Optimus.
Oh, no!
Like Beachcomber saves Optimus, and they ride down the wave from the extractor, but I don't see Cliffjumper, so I was like, no.
He's the anchor death being in all the universes. If he doesn't die, the universe is doomed to die.
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
And that's it. For my notes, anything you want to circle back to before we move on to some possible quotes of some kind?
The only thing I would like to add is the main cover for issue number 9 is Optimus. It's kind of like that Earth Greek myth, that the Titan who holds up the world, Atlas. And instead, Optimus is like holding up the Earth. And I thought it was really cool imagery, especially considering that they're trying to, defend Earth. So it was cool to reflect the weight that Optimus is feeling.
Yeah. Kind of nods ahead of time what he's going to choose in this issue too.
Yeah.
My only note is Onslaught and Brawl laying on the
Oh, they're so cute.
and Brawl is like lost his leg, so he's just laying there. And he's like, "Oh, you'll be repaired soon, brother. Don't worry about it." And he's just like sitting there, cross-legged, looking at the stars. I'm like, "Okay,
Brawl doesn't
cool."
say a damn thing.
He's like, "Well, of course you could say that."
Yeah,
That's
that was funny.
Take it away with quick quotes.
It's time for quick quotes. Arguably one of the best times of the episode, if I do say so. Totally not biased. Anyways, we got 2 quick quotes coming at you today. Our first quick quote is from issue number 7, spoken by Soundwave, and it's when he's fighting with Starscream, and he's very upsetty. And he says, "You kicked my Ravage. The only path left is extermination." After Starscream tries to beg him for mercy. And let's be co-Decepticon leaders. Let's be co-Decepticon. Yeah. And then the second quick quote is from issue number 9. And it is Shockwave. We're doing the Wave Brothers tonight for quick quotes. And it is literally the moment that Shockwave is stepping through the portal onto Earth amidst the fight that's ensuing around the Nemesis. And he goes, my, the rabble-rousers are still fighting back, I see. We Decepticons have work to do. You Autobot scum are interrupting our glorious mission. It was fun. I liked a lot of the writing they had for Shockwave, and this particularly, I enjoyed how, cold and calculating, but also the verbiage that he used throughout his writing.
Yeah, they definitely emphasize his madness, I feel like.
And his intelligence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Rod star rating. Kilbyte.
I really enjoyed this one too. I had a lot of fighting, but we got to see like a lot of different, like a mix-up of things, right? Because we got to see Soundwave being the leader of the Decepticons, which I don't know if it's happened before, but it doesn't really happen that often. Like we've seen Starscream take command and whatnot, so that was fun. I do like the twist of Beachcomber was there, and he could have activated everybody, decided not to, so that was a very fun, and I really like that little storyline. Shockwave feel like more crazy than we've ever seen him before. I'm really sad about the whales, because I was like, oh, maybe he'll like the whales, and then he's like, nope, I'm just gonna grind them up. Elita, I feel like it's a little bit more, I don't want to say unhinged, but she's done a lot of higher stakes things compared to what we've seen in the past. And like even in the IDWs, there was that Elita that was on the Titan, that she was the leader of them, but I don't think she was at this level yet in those comics. So it was like things that I didn't expect, but I quite enjoyed. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next, with especially with Optimus's visions. And the last one that we saw, which I don't think we covered, was that he saw his hands holding baby Spike. Was it again? No, Sparky. No, Spike. No, yeah, baby Spike. Yeah, right. And then this time they were like some weird green viney things, which I know in the beginning issues, I think in volume 1, Onyx mentioned that he wondered if Megatron's hand was going to cast influence on Optimus. So maybe could be that, maybe something like that. So that's where I thought that could hint to.
Yeah, he's
very
definitely
excited.
getting influences from
different sources. So I would definitely give these a 4. They were very good, very fun.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you. I think I'm going to also give them a 4. These were fun. Sure, there's some story beats that are very familiar to us. I like the different things happening. I like we see Elita 1 come in, and she immediately thinks like, why would you choose Earth over Cybertron? Cybertron's our home. I like that directive, but not like in a sense that like they're bickering with each other. She's just not quite understanding the two different directions. It is spark breaking towards the end when Optimus chooses, but Elita put him in that situation. So there's that dynamic that's really interesting, and it's like, how's this gonna fall out now? And then I'm very concerned for our buddy Cliffjumper. No, it's entertaining. I'm excited to see more. Clickbait?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but I think I'm going to agree with you guys. I also really enjoyed this. I would hesitate to give it a higher rating just because there was so much. It's so much to digest. And I typically very much enjoy things that are lore heavy, but I do feel like this particular set of issues would kind of introduce an idea and then almost seem to circle back or even backpedal on it a little bit and kind of change what had happened. And so I do enjoy it a lot. There was a ton of story, regardless of them kind of going back and forth a bit, but I did really enjoy it. I feel like I almost need to read it again to see everything that happened because there was so much.
Yes, all the panels are filled with so many things. But listeners, what did you think of these comics? How many Rod Stars would you give it? Let us know by leaving a comment below. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can send us an email at swervebarpodcast@gmail.com. That is SWERVESBAR podcast@gmail.com. Toys, sharing toys. I'll take us first. I got the Alpha of Trion.
Ooh.
Wow, we're speaking of a Trion again. See,
Whoa.
Look at that, full circle. Are they ever going to make a Zertatron? I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be interesting.
he's interesting because I have the Alpha Trion from the previous set where they did the Sweep Redeco. That's Alpha Trion. It is nice to have an Alpha Trion that is his mold. It is for him specifically. It does look nicer. He doesn't have the cape the Sweep have or the beard, but he's a distinguished individual. However, the way he holds his pen, I agree with Kilo. It looks like he's just jabbing it in there.
Mhm.
Clickbait.
Today, I will be talking about Age of the Prime's Blastoff. He is either the second or third in the Combaticons that will combine. And so I'm really excited for the final form and for all 5 to be out to be able to combine them. I talked about Vortex a couple of episodes ago, and Blastoff is one of the other ones. I'm missing the other one, I believe, is Brawl, who is currently out. But I'm so excited. I like him a lot. He's fun. I like his transformation. His alt mode is cool. But also, I'm mostly just excited to be able to combine him with the others to make their full combined form.
Verticus. I'm excited too.
Verticus! Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, wait.
Well, I will. It's another special one. This was also during the Earth Holiday Christmas, and I got an MDLX Sideswipe from Clickbait, which I really enjoy.
You're welcome.
He looks very cool, and again, they don't transform. They're very postable. They come with like a lot of accessories. I really like him. He has a little problem with his neck, but that's being sorted out. So, but he looks very cool on my shelf with all the other MDLXs. Would recommend.
Nice.
Woot woot.
Are you two ready for Energon Universe, a 2024 special?
I'm ready.
Heck yes.
If you've enjoyed this episode, consider sharing it with your friends and subscribing. If you want to help out the show even further, we have started a Patreon. All the proceeds to supporting the show and keeping the lights on. Of course, we have some tiers that offer other forms of gratitude, such as 3D files and entry to our Discord channel. You'll even get early access to our comic review videos a week before their public release. We've also started a Redbubble where we have all kinds of merchandise for sale. You can too. Ranging from pillows, stickers, shower curtains. You can get our logo on Seeker art and many, many other fun designs. We also have a Ko-Fi where we have other merchandise for sale and our homebrew D&D Transformers adventure. Woo! It's very exciting. And as always, we hope you all are staying safe out there. Thank you so much for listening. Till all are one.
Till
all are one.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Swerve Bar Podcast. You can find more on our link tree below. If you're interested in more content, try checking out the spin-off D&D series, Transform and Roll Out, Season 4, titled Reforged, is now available. Let's tune into a preview now.
Oh
my god.
I came here for D&D and not role
Not
playing.
reliving real
In
life.
my day-to-day life. I went to the grocery store today.
Those have been a hot commodity in this city. I tell you what, they go, can't say cuckoo, they go crazy for cream cheese.
They go cream seek for cream seek.
They go crazy for cream puffs.
Akko has a panic emoji face and runs and grabs it from the minicon.
You rip it out of their hands, they plop on their rear end, and they just begin crying.
I run to to brush fire. I'll pick him up, put him underneath my armpit like a football, and run out of the aisle.
Tune into their YouTube channel for bonus content, such as video games containing funny comments, convention videos, and trendy shorts. Again, their links will be provided below. And if you're so inclined, check out their Redbubble, where you can get pins, t-shirts, and more. Or subscribe to their Patreon to access their Discord and get early access to content before it's publicly released. Till all are one. End transmission.